The Young and the Restless. Spoilers. Shock. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is a beautiful Thursday afternoon, and honestly, I am running on iced coffee and pure adrenaline right now because we have to talk about what just happened on the show. Grab a snack, get comfortable, because this is a lot. So, I just finished watching the latest episodes, and my brain is completely fried. I mean, I have been covering this show for a long time, and sometimes you think you've seen it all, and then the writers just throw a curveball that hits you right in the face, and I am still trying to process it. I really am. Because what they are doing with Nikki right now is just, it is so dark. It is so unbelievably dark and twisted, and I have so many thoughts. Let's just back up for a second and look at where Nikki is at. We all saw the scenes a few episodes ago when the bandages came off. Melody Thomas Scott, you guys. I mean, give this woman every single Emmy right now. When she realized she couldn't see, when the doctor gave her the news that the blindness might be permanent, the look of absolute terror on her face was haunting. And then that scene where she smashed her vanity mirror with her hairbrush? I was in tears. Honestly, I was sobbing. Because Nikki Newman has been through everything. She has survived alcoholism, she has survived MS, she has survived so many villains, but her independence is everything to her. And now she is trapped in the dark. Literally and figuratively. She is completely vulnerable. And who is supposed to be protecting her? Victor. But let's be real about Victor Newman right now. What is Victor actually doing? Because while he is playing the doting, supportive husband, getting her blankets and telling her everything is going to be okay, he is also the same guy who literally tricked her into signing away her personal shares of Newman Enterprises. He put them in a trust that he controls. He took advantage of his wife while she was terrified and drugged up on painkillers. It is so toxic. Maybe I'm being too harsh on him because I know he thinks he is protecting his empire, but come on. You do not do that to your wife when she is facing a life-altering disability. So Victor is distracted. He is busy liquidating her assets to pay for special treatments and trying to cover his tracks because Victoria is already starting to sniff around and get suspicious. And because Victor is so distracted and honestly probably drowning in his own twisted guilt, he makes a mistake. A massive, catastrophic mistake. Enter the mysterious neurotherapist. This guy just shows up at the Newman Ranch. He claims he has these groundbreaking experimental treatments. He promises that he can restore Nikki's sight. And Victor, the great Victor Newman, the man who probably does a background check on the guy who delivers his morning newspaper, just lets him in. He skips the rigorous background checks. He just bypasses Newman's security protocols because he is so desperate to fix Nikki and maybe fix his own guilt for stealing her company out from under her. What were they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? I was screaming at my screen. You do not just let a stranger into the ranch to treat your vulnerable, blind wife without running his fingerprints through Interpol. But the writers did it. They went there. And then we get the reveal. And honestly, I had to pause the episode and just stare at the wall for a minute. It's Ian Ward. Ian freaking Ward. I know, right? I mean, I should have seen it coming. But I didn't. Because the guy has a completely different face. So yes, the writers are going back to the plastic surgery well. Again, I swear, Genoa City has the most advanced magical plastic surgeons in the world. First, we had Patty Williams turning into Emily Peterson. Then, we have all this current drama with Dr. Lawrence Markham, who might actually be Martin Laurent with a new face. And now Ian Ward has bought himself a brand new face just so he can infiltrate the Newman Ranch. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. It's a soap trope, and it's clunky, but my God, is it effective. Ian Ward is back, and his obsession with Nikki Newman is just as sick and twisted as it ever was. But this time, it is so much worse because Nikki cannot see him. She doesn't know she is in the room with a monster. She thinks this man is her savior. The way Ian is manipulating her is honestly hard to watch. It's brilliant television, don't get me wrong, but it makes my skin crawl. He is using these highly sophisticated psychological therapies on her. He is speaking to her in this calm, soothing voice, acting like he is the only one who truly understands her pain. He is isolating her emotionally from Victor and the rest of the family. He's planting these little seeds of doubt in her head, making her feel like the outside world is too dangerous and that he is the only safe harbor she has. And Nikki, who is already drowning in despair and feeling so defeated by her blindness, is clinging to him. She is clinging to the one person who is promising her the light. And Ian is just eating it up. You can see the sick satisfaction in his new eyes. He is playing God with her reality. But then it escalates. Because of course it does. Ian isn't just going to play doctor forever. He has a plan. While Victor is off in his office, probably arguing with Adam, or trying to figure out how to handle the Phyllis situation, or trying to hide the fact that he stole Nikki's shares, Ian makes his move. He waits until the moment is right. He quietly administers a heavy sedative to Nikki. Just shoots it right into her IV or whatever he was using for his treatments. Nikki just fades out, completely helpless. And then this absolute psychopath just kidnaps her. He packs her up, and he literally smuggles her right off the Newman ranch, right under the noses of the Newman security guards. Let me just go on a quick rant here. What do the Newman security guards actually do? Seriously. I have been watching this show for years, and I am convinced that Victor pays these guys in Monopoly money because they are useless. Matt Clark gets onto the property. Patty Williams runs around causing chaos. And now, a man with a fake face just drugs the matriarch of the family and walks her out the front door. It is absurd. It is hilariously, tragically absurd. Victor is always barking orders. Have my security team handle it? Handle what, Victor? They couldn't stop a stiff breeze. So Ian Ward is gone. And Nikki is gone. And the fallout from this is going to be biblical. I am not even exaggerating. When Victor finds out that his wife has been kidnapped from her own bed under his own roof by a man he personally authorized to be there, Victor is going to lose his mind. The guilt is going to consume him. Because he knows deep down that if he hadn't been so focused on stealing her shares, if he hadn't been so distracted by his own greed and need for control, he would have vetted this doctor. He would have protected his wife. Victor's ego is his biggest blind spot, and Ian Ward just drove a Mack truck right through it. And what about the rest of the family? Let's talk about Nick. Nick is already hanging by a thread. We've been watching him spiral for weeks over this Matt Clark situation. Matt saved his life, but Nick doesn't care. Nick is having violent fantasies about taking Matt out permanently. He is so triggered, so angry, and so close to a relapse. Sharon is terrified of what Nick might do. And now he is going to find out that his mother, who he loves more than anything, who is already suffering so much, has been kidnapped by a cult leader, psychopath. Nick is going to snap. He is going to completely break. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this pushes Nick right back into the pills, or worse, makes him go on a lethal rampage. He might just take all his rage about Ian and take it out on Matt Clark. It is a powder keg. And Victoria is going to be a mess. She is already suspicious of Victor. She already knows her dad is up to something shady with Nikki's medical proxy and the estate. When she finds out Nikki is missing, Victoria is going to put the pieces together. She is going to realize Victor was too busy stealing from her mother to protect her. The Newman family civil war that is going to erupt from this will be legendary. Victoria might just team up with Kyle Abbott to take Victor down, especially now that those two are sharing secrets and getting all cozy. Which, by the way, is a whole other mess that I don't even have the energy to fully get into today. Kyle and Victoria? Weird, but I'm kind of here for it. But bringing it back to Nikki, my heart just breaks for her. Imagine waking up. You are already blind. You are already terrified. And you wake up in a strange place, and the voice of the kind doctor who promised to heal you suddenly changes. And you realize you are trapped with Ian Ward. The psychological horror of that is just, it's next level. It really is. I have to give props to the writers, even if I complain about the clunky plastic surgery tropes. They are really pushing the boundaries of psychological thriller with this storyline. It feels different than the usual corporate boardroom battles. It feels deeply personal and visceral. I just don't know how they are going to get her out of this. Victor is going to tear the world apart looking for her, but Ian is smart. He's always been smart. And now he has a head start and a captive who can't even see where she is to leave clues. Honestly, I am exhausted just thinking about what happens next week. This show is going to give me an ulcer. But I can't look away. I really can't. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you as mad at Victor as I am? Do you think Nick is going to do something he regrets? And seriously, where do I apply for a job at Newman Security? Because apparently the bar is on the floor. All right, I'm going to go lay down. I'll talk to you guys later. Stay restless.